And my wife said that the only thing I was worried about, I was telling the paramedics, was yelling at them not to cut my J's, and what about my rims? What happened to my rims? What's up, KAS23? This is your boy Arnie 714 coming at you from Phoenix with my homeboy Mike behind the camera. You can't see him.
What up? How many pairs of sneakers do you have?
I have just over 100 pairs. First sneaker I ever bought on my own with my money that I worked for was the Jordan 13s, the Flints. They came out. Those are my favorite pair of Jordans ever.
Why and when did you start collecting? And how old were you?
It was 98. I was 2 years out of high school. And I started by accident. One of the guys I was cooking with, he had bought the pair of the Flints, and his old lady bought him a pair also, so he had two. We wore the same size, and instead of taking them back, I told him I'd buy them from him. And I just started this. I think once you start to buy shoes and you're really into it, it's like tattoos. Once you can't just get one, you have to get more. So once I bought that first pair, I just kept looking for more, waiting for the next one to come out, more and more.
What's your definition of a sneakerhead?
Sneakerhead is for the love of the shoe, not just the shoe that everybody says you should have. The shoe, you know, shoes that you like, that kind of fits your personality. You know, what your life is about. You know, if your life is about shoes and you love the shoes, I mean, it doesn't matter who's hyping them up, which hypebeasts are out there, you know, hyping them up. It's the shoes that you want. And the shoes that look good to you and that you like, not because everybody else says it, but because you like it. So the reason I'm not walking right now, I'm in a chair and I'm on dialysis 3 times a week, is because I had a stroke January 3rd, 2011, on my way to work. I had the stroke. It was my fault. I was overweight, unhealthy, and had diabetes and I didn't know it. I had sleep apnea and I didn't know it, and high blood pressure and I didn't know it. Happened on the freeway on my way to work. I made it actually off the freeway without getting into a wreck and to the garage of my job as well. Made it, did the fire lane, and ended up jumping the curb, messed up my rims. I had 24s on my Yukon, and I fell out onto the street. This guy was walking by, saw me on the phone. He went ahead and, you know, got my phone and said I needed help because it looked like I was having a stroke. It turned out I was. They got me to the hospital. And my wife said that the only thing I was worried about, I was telling the paramedics, was yelling at them not to cut my J's, and what about my rims? What happened to my rims? So even in a time of, well, I was almost going to die, the only thing on my mind at that point was, am I going to be okay? And don't cut my shoes. Don't cut my J's, and don't cut my shoes and my rims. To this day, they still, you know, I still wear my J's every day, almost every day. And when I go to dialysis, I couldn't move this leg a lot, so the nurses, when I have them move my leg or adjust my leg, I always tell them, make sure they put gloves on before they touch my J's. They thought I was kidding at first, but I've been going there long enough so they know now, you know, so I'm not joking. They have to wear gloves when they touch my shoes. I want to give a shout out to John from KAS23. Good looking out on the Chicago tents, man. I really appreciate it. Alright, just want to introduce my daughter. She was amazing through the whole thing. My whole stay in the hospital, she kept straight A's in school. And she's doing straight A's also to this day. My wonderful, beautiful wife, she's still by my side, never left me. She took care of me, and taking care of me to this day, staying with me. We all, of course, we're a family of sneakerheads. She's, of course, in training. She has her military blue 4s, the black and red 12s. Had to force them on her, but she finally gave in.